Hello you treadheads, it's Free to Play Warrior back again with the Tier 2 Chinee. Said I'd be back after my Otsu review. The Chinee is classed as... hang on a minute, let me just double check. Yeah, the Chinee is classed as a Tier 2 medium tank. Going to the Chi-Ha, which is actually a Chinese made tank, and the Chi-He. Chi-Ha, Chi-He, Chi-Nu, Chi-To. Right, in a minute we'll just have a look at the Japanese line whilst we're here, because again, like in War Thunder, I do know that they are separate companies. There's very few Japanese tanks, so until this is expanded, expect this video series to be quite short. Because, well, the Japanese anyway. Because basically, let's see, 1, 2, 3... 13 tanks, some of them Chinese made, and one gift tank, bringing it up to 14. So the Japanese line does need some work. Again, I understand they didn't really have many things to pick from, but at the same time, wargaming, you could have done a bit more. (190 hit points), weight load at the minute is 9.75 out of 12 tons, 135 engine power, 30 kilometers an hour speed limit, and a traverse speed of 38 degrees. So, relatively fast tank. Here we spot a major design flaw in Japanese tanks. Forward hull armour for 25mm. Sides 12. Rear 10. Now that does mean it has got 20 in this section, because it's a 10mm section here and a 10mm section here. So a shot directly on this rear plate, that's actually the toe plate I believe, would mean it would be hitting 20mm armour, but at the same time 20mm is sod all at tier 2. It does mean that, you know, you've got to get really lucky to bounce a shot off there. Horribly exposed tracks, horribly exposed engine section. There it is. Ammunition stored in the turret as usual. No, actually I believe this is actually body storage. Crew compartments, horribly exposed and rather obvious targets. Commander's hatch, rounded turret, okay. Great big bloody flat front. It gives it 30mm arm on the front, 20 on the side and 20 on the rear. Again, a lot of hatches you could target with the Japanese. Standard shell damage at the minute is 56 to 94, and shell penetration is 22 to 37. So if you come up against a rival Chinee, you're both perfectly capable of penetrating every section. I mean, you shouldn't have it so that same nation tanks can't penetrate one another. But at the same time, that is just absolutely ridiculous. Massive track wheels as well, so really easy to knock out a track. Slab-sided front, just lower glacis, very hard to hit, and it is actually a low-profile tank. You should really be just exposing the top, because there's no way to use your machine guns and nothing to use them on in World of Tanks. Hoping that may change. You never know. Its rate of fire is 17.65 rounds a minute. So, slow-ish for its level. The turret traverse speed is 30 degrees, meaning you can circle. View range and signal range currently match. So let's actually have a look at its current upgrades. Yep, it's gone straight for the big gun. I'm going to install the radio on it here, tier 4 radio, see what happens, see if it's increased. It's currently got the 5.7cm gun type, basically 57mm gun type, 97. the tier 2 gun of the lot. Autocannon I found on this is absolutely worthless, and the Sugiku was practical garbage on the Otsu. So let's jump into a battle and see how this does. The signal there is only increased by 50 meters, so it can spot and signal just a little bit outside its range. Here we go, we are in a tier 3 it looks like game. Pretty even team, one artillery each side, a lot of medium tanks, some tank destroyers.
Time to roll out.
On this map you want to stay low, and the Chini helps, but the problem is it's got a fat backside with a horribly, as I mentioned before, exposed engine compartment and also fuel compartment. Pretty good upper depression, but lower depression at the same time. Still, it's debatable. First catch of the day, basically keeping myself low to the ground here. Balls up that shot. Reload speed is quite fast. Balls up that shot.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Follow Japanese guns. Really just capable of penetrating. Oh god, I'm taking fire here. Small target. Actually no, I'm not taking fire. He is, and he's just made me be spotted. Damn it. I've had to expose my rear armor to get up here, and this is just the weakest part. And again, because I'm so big, as I'm coming up here, exposing a rather large area. I did actually bounce a shot, but at the same time,
Penetration.
boom. Actually get a penetrating hit there on the enemy. We'll find out what that was in the post-battle results.
We're done for. Everyone get out.
And the T-18 just picks me off. As I've discovered with the Chini, artillery's attempting to remain hidden. With the Chini, I discovered that it is a fat ass target. That's actually a decent spot to hide if you weren't taking on a tank with much faster rate of fire and bigger armour. Artillery nicks the kill. Or was it? No, it was AT. Puts a few shots into him for no apparent reason, and then takes up a position up here. Why? Because it's actually quite a decent position if you've got good gun depression. However, I don't actually think the Panzerkampf 3 has good gun depression. Or he's possibly searching for artillery. Some artillery do actually like to run and hide in this section, mainly because it gives them a commanding fields of the B squares, and also it's from an unexpected angle as well. He's also getting up top if he can. They took position here and basically picking off anyone who's attempting to leave through the town. We do have an advantage here. I don't know who's calling or what they're calling out. It's medium. Medium's not really got a few good shots in. So that anti-tank is doing alright, I suppose. Though he does seem to be firing speculatively. LTP here, I think it's the actually heaviest armoured tank on the team. I may be wrong about that. Panzerkampf 2. Fast tank. The thing I've found with the Chini is, for a medium tank, it's got alright speed, but at the same time, its armour is pretty much equivalent of a light tank. I can think of a load of tanks that are actually a lot better armoured than it in tier 2 medium tank range. And to be honest, it's quite depressing. alright, you've got that low profile, that means only your turret is sticking up with 30mm of armor on the front. But at the same time, if you turn that turret to track someone and you're taking on 2 opponents, which can actually happen if you get caught out and you're waiting for your teammates to fire, if you turn your turret to face one of them and they are working as a team, the other one will spot that and just send a shell straight through the 20mm. It just no resistance at all. You either get ammo racked, you lose your commander, you lose your gunner. And the Chi-Ni is only a crew of 3, so the actual loss of a crew member is quite damaging. And just the size of it compared to other tanks here is just ridiculous. The area it covers, I mean, the mediums, okay, I understand that, but they are large tanks anyway. LTP is taking someone on here. Getting a lot of speculative fire his way. However, nothing else hitting there. In our disadvantage, 5 to 8. 6 to 8. The Cruiser 3 seems to be calling out how quickly you can either get to positions or how quickly someone is approaching him. 10%. What was it? It was a 10% M2 medium that the Marder 2 just took out quite well. I think the Cruiser does actually have a longer view range than most of the tanks here, so he's calling out and letting the team predict shots. However, he's now taking fire, so I think someone's spotted him in return. The Chi-Ni is just such a damn grind. His hill climb isn't very good. It's horribly exposed, and as you can see there, those 2 crew hatches on the front. Just driver dead, radio man dead, hitting the turret, commander operator injured or dead, whole tank dead if your ammo gets hit. Oh, took your ass in. Nope, 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 don't do that. Do you want him to kill you? He could have... There we go. He could have gone round the right of that rock and just... or round the house and just got a shot on his side armour. But he decided to attempt to get a shot in and didn't even know where his body was. That's medium 2. Better turn round or he's going to get a T-18 up the back. Artillery has wisely decided to move. The cruiser's holding his position. No one seems to be getting a decent shot on him, and for what's it, he has actually upgraded the turret, meaning it can deflect a lot more shots. Let's just watch this. Realise he's there. LTP didn't actually shout out where the enemy was.
Critical engine damage. We're stuck here.
Rammed and just dies because the T-18 is a lot heavier. And the point blank shot as well didn't help. So it's our artillery versus a heavily damaged cruiser versus 8 enemy tanks, all of unknown strength. LTP there on 12% health, but problem is the length of the shot, and the BT2, who takes out our artillery, forces the cruiser to fire. I don't know why the cruiser's just sitting here. If it starts moving, you could attempt to avoid shots. BT7, that's it, game. So sadly a defeat in the Chi-Ni on its first outing. spotted a T-46 and actually managed to get a penetrating hit on a Chiha, causing 76 damage. So that is penetration added to base damage. So a pretty decent roll there, but at the same time, this thing is such a grind. I don't know why the Japanese don't get more love in these sort of games. As I was pointing out, horribly exposed crew sections, massive fronts, armor's just too easy to penetrate, big ass tank, got a decent low profile, but at the same time turret is just too thinly armoured. At the moment, I do believe you can actually upgrade the turret on this, and the engine, oh my, the engine is just, this is a case of too bloody big for its own good. Take a shot for the grill, take a shot from that side, engine goes, fuel tank goes, you're set on fire, and I wouldn't even waste the fire extinguisher on this. So yeah, that's a Chi-Ni and what I currently think of it. My opinion may change if it gets fully upgraded, but at the same time I just won't rush through it. Japanese do actually get very decent tanks later on past the Chi-Nu, but that's level 5, so that is quite a long time to wait. This is also what I don't get, there's no tank destroyers at all. Not even like an improvised tank destroyer, there's just none. You have to rely on medium and light tanks, and then medium tanks. The entire line is medium tanks. I've been free to play warrior. Welcome to the debacle that is the Japanese line. I'll see you soon.